All right. Hi there. This is Stephen from Karma Astrology. Today is Tuesday, April 27th, 2021. It is about 9:15 a.m. here in the United States in Mountain Time Zone. That's Denver's time zone. And I am here to give you a daily update, a moon forecast on where the moon will be residing over the next 24 hours. And that, as you can see down here, I put that in there just recently, the text, just to give you an idea. The moon is actually the MO right there, and it's in Vishaka Nakshatra. Now, Vishaka Nakshatra spans the end of Libra and the beginning of Scorpio. So you can see over here, it's kind of in the end of Libra, and then it's going to be moving into Scorpio over here. And that signifies kind of an intense part of the zodiac, going from Libra's energy, which is much more about social graces and balance and our social skills in general, the ability to get along with other people and make everyone feel happy and respected, and going into Scorpio where those kind of social issues come up, and then we maybe get a little more fearful or paranoid or just excuse me, a little more worried and concerned about the emotional implications and the results of our relationships, and it's kind of the flow of energy from this section of the zodiac on. And it shows this kind of maturity that we need in order to handle kind of the difficulty in life in Scorpio, and that fun and kind of playfulness in Libra. But so Vishaka kind of bridges the gap between those signs, and that's why I mentioned that transition zone. So I'll just get into Vishaka now, as you can see down here. I think I'm going to start off with where it is in the sky today to switch it up a little bit. Maybe people like that a little bit more. Excuse me. All right, just going to do that. There we go. That was a little off, but let's see. That's better. So I'm going to go over there, show the moon, and then the moon, right now it's daytime, so the moon's below the horizon. We just had that full moon last night. Happy full moon, by the way. Hope you're all doing well, and nothing too crazy happened for you on that night. But as you can see here, the moon is kind of in the beginning section of Libra, and these stars right here make up the constellation or the area of Vishaka. Libra's a little bit of a weird constellation when it comes to, well, in general, in this part of the zodiac, the actual locations of the stars and the constellations are kind of, I guess they're not quite full sign 30-degree sections of the sky, really, because if you look over here, Virgo is really large, and then Libra's pretty small, and Scorpio is down below the ecliptic, that orange line there. And there's Ophiuchus that, modern astrologers will say that, oh, it's Ophiuchus, it's not Scorpio, but in reality, it's this whole section of the sky, down from Scorpio and up through Ophiuchus, sorry about that, that kind of show that region of energy that's getting transmuted through the planets or through the moon as they act like a lens for that whole section of the sky as the planets move around us on this belt here. And then you can see Sagittarius is down here. I don't think this ecliptic is very accurate. Sometimes it changes around here on this software, but for what it's worth, you can kind of see where the moon was and where it's kind of going to be. I'll show you. Let's see if I can go forward to tonight here in the United States and what it looks like probably right now if you're in Australia, or it might already be getting light in Australia, but at least in Europe and India. So there we go. The moon's a little bit further progressed into Libra, but it's still hard to see. Oh well, that's all good. So you get the idea of where it is in the sky. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about the qualities of Vishaka so that you get an idea of the energy that we're working with today. So I'll go back here. There we go. So the qualities of Vishaka. Vishaka Nakshatra is a very interesting nakshatra. What it means it basically means the forked branch or the forked path. And that shows this kind of duality to Vishaka. It has the it's ruled by or associated with the god called Indragni, which is a dual god. It's basically Indra is one of them and Agni is the other. These are these ancient Vedic deities or tutelary archetypes, these forces that represent the energy of different sections of the sky, or they were different beings that you know communicated, I guess, with the ancient Vedic people, and people today still connect with them. So, in general, we have this kind of duality aspect of today with the forked branch, and then let's see, just in terms of what I want to go over. So, Androgyny in general. Oh, I'm just all over the place here. I'm sorry about sorry about that. Kind of a little scattered on today. But Androgyny, so Indra was the king of the gods. Indra is kind of like the Zeus of Indian mythology in a way. He was known to, throw thunderbolts. And Indra is this kind of powerfulness inside of us, this inner power and strength and self-assurance and prowess and the ability to accomplish things, to get things done. And Indra also was known for kind of slacking off or getting a little too carried away with the pleasures in life, like sex and drinking and all sorts of stuff. He was known to drink the immortal nectar, the soma, and get drunk off of the ambrosia and dance and play and have fun. And then when he would kind of, I guess, not act with too much integrity, he would have to pay for it, and he would be the first one to do all sorts of acts of penance in order to make up for his debauchery, is one way to say it. And then on the other side, we have Agni, and Agni is the god of fire. It's kind of the deified god, fire, or this pure sense of burning, and it relates to in our bodies through our digestive system and our ability to, process things, and that also goes for our mind, the ability, to process things and to purify and to be clear and just, I guess, just truthful in a way. Fire has a lot to do with Kritika Nakshatra, which is the cutter, and I guess Agni is the god of Kritika, so it has to do with this kind of cutting, delineation, clarity-like qualities. So we might be feeling a little more sharp, a little more passionate, and aggressive on a day like today, but this is a day in general that's full of prowess and where we can feel extra self-assured, so much so that we may get into fights or arguments or issues, especially with, as I've been talking about, the Mars and Mercury exchange and all this kind of Martian energy with everything in Aries, as you can see up here. I think I can point to the right spot. Yeah, up there in Aries, that's a Mars-ruled sign, so there's a lot of fiery, passionate, go-get-'em energy, and that really kind of doubles down on this theme, or this the energy of today in particular. So, wanted to talk about, let's see if there's any other parts of that. The symbol of Vishaka is a decorated gateway or archway, kind of like the Arc de Triomphe in Paris. And it shows the capability of accomplishing things and the ability to get things done on a day like today. And so with all that strength and power and just the power of Indra and Agni, we can really focus on something really intensely and get fixated on it until we get it done. And that could be anything from, just different projects in our lives to arguments with other people that we are just dead set on winning. And that definitely can play out on a day like today when the moon's in Vishaka. There's a tendency to get a little well, I guess there's two ways you can go about doing it. You can use this Vishaka energy today to be more pure and more righteous and kind of attack your spiritual practice in a way, do some intense asana or, yoga postures, or, maybe sit in meditation for a longer period of time than you normally would, because you have that intense focus and that moon is kind of projecting it towards us and allowing us to focus a little more on a day like today. And on the other side, we can get like Indra, we can not be too, I guess, holy with our acts, and we can get into fights, and we can use that energy to kind of conquer other people's ideas or kind of show a sense of relentlessness. And maybe that's a good thing if you're a lawyer and you're trying to win an argument, you have a case today. Or if you get into a fight with a family member, everyone might be a little more heated, so you might want to watch out on that front. But it is a good day to actually kind of attack things and go after them and kind of, yeah, it's a good day for trying to win an argument or a debate. Although this is in Libra, so we need to have a lot of respect for other people, and we need to like care about, you know, their nature, their feelings, their truth, and the truth in general. So Vishaka can kind of go towards the truth and where we act spiritually and we act righteous and we kind of take on arguments that are about being true and pure and holy in a way, as we see fit. Or we can be maybe arguing the other side and being not so righteous with our actions and with our, I guess, arguments or issues, and we can just use that power to kind of dominate somebody else and put them down and all these kind of negative things that we really want to avoid because you don't want that bad karma. That's not, I mean, it's your choice to act however you want, but I try and give these forecasts so that you can develop good karma and kind of rid yourself of the bad so you don't have to deal with all the issues that come up in the future. Because, you know, if we're winning an argument for the sake of the argument and it's not based in truth or reality, and we're kind of distorting things or obfuscating the truth in order to win, then someone will do that to us in the future. And we'll have to pay the price of what we're trying to do. And that's a lot of what Vishaka can get into trouble about. Or people with planets in Vishaka, or when the moon is in Vishaka on a day like today, we can get into trouble when we're not acting in this kind of pure, righteous kind of way. So keep that in mind for sure. Yeah, there's a sense of perfection and perfectionism on a day like today. So it's a great day to take on projects that are difficult and just anything that's really challenging for you in your life. It's a great day to kind of attack it in a really good way. This can some of the other downfalls of this area of the sky, it can make us feel jealousy or envy or greed. It can, on the positive side, it can give us a lot of tact with our speech, the ability to talk about many different things and conceptualize and analyze different things. And that's that's why it's so strong in an argument, because we can see the holes in our enemy's arguments, or we can see our own strengths and be able to, and we can prey on them or utilize them to our advantage for better or worse. So keep that in mind. You really want to do it for better. Let's see. In general, yeah. So other strengths. It allows us to achieve things. It gives us a sense of kind of entrepreneurship, this enterprising nature that allows us to be independent. There's a strong sense of independence because of the heightened intelligence on a day like today, and the ability to kind of have all the tools in our tool case that we need in order to accomplish our goal. And in the weak shadow side, it can make us a little militant. It can make us too argumentative, a little too restless, overly talkative. That's always my issue. It can make us envious, like I was saying, and hypercritical of other people. So we kind of have to keep those in check. Favorable activities for today, like I was saying, kind of attacking the things that you need to kind of accomplish. It can add a lot of harshness, and so it's good to take on harsh activities on a day like today, difficult things to do. And then it gives us better mental focus, clarity. It allows us to accomplish our goals more easily, like I was kind of saying. It's a good day to attend ceremonies or big functions. And in terms of unfavorable activities for today, it's not a great day for marriage or it's not a bad day for having sex, but it's not a great day for getting married or kind of any of those partnership activities that are more mental and because we can tend to get more into arguments or have it our way, and that kind of egotism can really boil up or bubble up on a day like today. It's also not a great day for traveling or diplomacy, kind of like what I was saying about the relationships. And it's not a great day for new beginnings. It's kind of a day to work on things that problems that we already have, or working on spiritual progress, things that we're already doing in order to progress and make some serious headway. And I think that's going to do it for Vishaka. In general, we have, and you can see here, I added this little section, this text. I don't know, maybe I can make it a little nicer as we go, but that's just to give you an idea if you're watching this video later on, which it seems like most people do, that is when the moon will change, at least in the Eastern time zone, and you can transmute or translate that, or whatever the word is for change, for your local time zone, based on the Eastern time zone in the US down there. So we have about 24 hours from the time that I'm filming this, 22 hours. And otherwise, we have, let's see, I'm just looking around here. Mars is still in Gemini. It's in Ardra now. That makes things a little more intense. Ardra, you can see up here that ARD after MA. That's Mars in Gemini up in the corner there. And so Mars is that part of us that wants to attack or defend or protect the things that we perceive to be, or protect the things that we love, and attack or destroy the things that we perceive to be weakening us. So that can come in many different forms, whatever our perceptions are based around. So it definitely ties into the moon's energy on a day like today, adds strength to that ability to kind of destroy the weaknesses that we see in ourselves, ideally, perhaps in other people that aren't acting truthful or righteous, or that are hurting other people in general, or causing suffering. It's a good day to attack their weaknesses sometimes. Not saying to go too far though, because there's that tendency in this nakshatra, all that power, all that strength. You kind of have that Zeus-like lightning bolt and that pure fire nature of Agni, so it can really fire us up, and we have all this air energy. Mars is also, just in Gemini, it causes us to speak faster, to think in ways that are aggressive and protective. So we might be, really fighting for what we believe in right now, or have a tendency to just, blow up on the drop of a hat. So definitely keep in mind that Mars is in a very fiery spot. And then just to talk about Ardra a little bit, Ardra is this nakshatra of destruction and the ability to cleanse, this kind of cleansing storm of destruction that comes in when you have this big treacherous thunderstorm that kind of comes in, and everyone bunkers down inside and tries to, or like a tornado or something. You're in the bathtub or in the wherever you are when you have a tornado go by. I've never lived in a tornado area, but the seriousness of a storm and its power, and that is kind of the energy of Ardra in a lot of ways. So it comes up in Mars through our desire to be that cleansing storm and to use our kind of sense of courage and strength in order to, cleanse out the stuff that we don't like in the world, especially in society. So these are very sensitive times. People are probably feeling a little touchy. Don't go too fast in traffic. Give people a lot of room, because you never know who's going to blow up or, get road rage, that kind of stuff. And that goes for just communicating with people in general. Try and be kind but tactful when you see the opportunity to kind of dispel some truth, or maybe, work towards whatever you believe in. And hopefully that's aligned with truth and righteousness and natural law, because ultimately that's what develops good karma or neutralizes our karma in a good way. So I think that's going to do it for today. It's about 20 minutes. I hope you got a lot out of this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see these daily updates. I like to do them every day just to give you an idea of what's happening, what you can work with on a day, like today or any day of the year. So like the channel, or like me, so the video, I mean. If you like me, you can like the video. Leave a comment below if you have any questions or concerns, whatever. And then, yeah, subscribe if you want to see more of this. Otherwise, I will catch you in the next one. See you tomorrow morning. Peace and love. Take care.